Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sundays in Cybele. We're going to do a brief one today because it's the holidays, but I wanted to show you guys what I got, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why I asked for these for Christmas. So, without further ado, these were on my wish list, and I got them for Christmas. I got Grandma's Wartime Kitchen and Grandma's Wartime Baking Book. So I had a chance to look through these, and I really love these kind of cookbooks because unlike the cookbooks at the time, the authors have the ability to get stuff like this, right? To include these old illustrations in here. I've been looking through this cookbook. It's really great. It's got some great recipes like salvage pudding, right? Unfortunately, I can't really give you guys the recipe because it is copyrighted. But again with these illustrations. And it's so great, these kinds of books, which, this book I think is from 2010. The author has the ability to go back and not only get these illustrations, but at the bottom of all of these pages, here and there are these great little quips from women who lived through this time about things that they did and how they made food stretch and stuff like that. Actually, the saddest part of this book is the very last chapter. She goes into the food that was kind of brought home by the GIs, such exotic things as spaghetti and meatballs from Italy, right? But she talks about the day after the Japanese surrendered. It was, she titled it Pink Slips to Pink Aprons because millions of women lost their wartime jobs. They were handed pink slips after the Japanese surrendered, and they had to, and for a lot of women, including my aunt and my mother, they had to go back to lower paying jobs. My aunt worked in a munitions factory. She made good money, but she had to go work in a wrapping paper factory afterwards, and she didn't make the money wasn't as good because women were expected to just kind of march right back into the kitchen and, start being the ideal housewife. And well, that's we'll talk about that some other time. That is a whole nother subject. And yeah. So I do love this. It's got some of the recipes you would expect: liver loaf, meatloaf stuffed into baked potatoes, which I thought was really good. And then this book, kind of the same thing. I wanted to show you a couple of I love this sweet potato victory cake. So it's a cake made with leftover sweet potatoes to save on your sugar ration and your fat ration. And then there's this war shortbread, which again was like a low point. It uses vegetable shortening. This book also had the recipe for stretching butter with gelatin. And there's more of this kind of ads like this. And there is a little bit of crossover. I did notice that both of these have war cake recipes, but that's to be expected because war cake was everywhere. And war cake was a way of making cake while saving your rations. This is one of my favorites. I actually still make this. This uses leftover bread crumbs. It's a really great recipe. But there were really awesome recipes in this. So this one is mostly baking, but not entirely sweet baking. Well, it's actually, I should say, it's entirely about baking, but it's mostly, it's not all sweet baking like you would expect. There's lots of bread recipes in here, muffin recipes, and savory recipes in here. This one is a little bit of everything. Both of these I got off Amazon. Well, I didn't get them. I received them as gifts from Amazon, but I did put them on my Amazon wish list. I'm very happy, and I'm dying to make something out of here. Like, I love this stuff. I love reading the comments. See that all of them have these things here, and these are all comments from women who lived through the war. It's just really interesting, and here we go. There we go. That's what the GIs were fighting for, Mom's apple pie. So in the future, when I make recipes out of this, I will let you guys know how they turned out, whether I thought they were good. I do have the other one, Rosie's Riveting Meals, which is very similar to this. But then I also have similar to this in that it's a modern book that collected recipes from World War II. But I also have a whole collection of recipe books from World War II and shortly after the war. In fact, over this weekend for Christmas, I made cookies, and I made 2 cookie recipes from the 1952 Spry cookie booklet that was probably something that you paid for with proofs of purchase and the stamp or whatever. It has Aunt Jenny, who was Spry's spokesperson. I don't believe they make Spry anymore. It's basically like what Crisco is now. And I made the drop chocolate cookies, which were amazing. They were like a brownie in cookie form, and they were just a drop cookie with walnuts. And I made a pistachio sugar cookie, which you rolled, put in the fridge, sliced and baked. Oh my God, it was so good. So I spent Christmas Eve with my friends, my best friend, which I've done in the past. And I spent yesterday, Saturday night, Christmas Day afternoon with my sister and my nephews. So I had a good time. So I'm going to keep this video short. We're already a little over 5 minutes. I hope everybody had a very happy Christmas. I just received those patterns that I'll be going over for New Year's Eve. So there you go. I'm pretty excited about that. And until my next video, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate, and stay warm, stay well. I'm getting a little nervous about Omicron. Please stay well. And until the next video, like, subscribe, comment. If anybody out there has either of these 2 books, let me know. Let me know what you thought of them. And let me know if there were any recipes in here that you really love, that you think I should try. So until the next video, thank you for stopping by and have a great day.